What's up everybody, this is Alan here for GameOrNought, and today we're going to be having a look at a Plague Tale Requiem, the reveal trailer from E3 2021. Before we do that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is you have to do to make sure you keep up to date with GameOrNought. Now I want to take you back to 2019, and in 2019 A Plague Tale Innocence, the original game, was released. And it was the first game I ever got a physical copy of for review purposes. So they got sent a disc in the post. Normally, we get sent review codes, so codes we download them digitally. And I still have the disc, and I loved the game at the time. Still love it now. I think it's a great game, great story, lovely gameplay mechanics. I'd highly recommend, if you haven't played it, to go and play it now. But we had a reveal for a sequel that I've wanted ever since the game first came out. And I wanted to have a look at the reveal trailer and just sort of talk through it, see what we see what we like. Let's have a look. Very grim. I like it. Seems sort of similar stylings to the first game. It's captured in engine, which is kind of exciting. Gives us a real idea of what the graphics actually look like.
From all of us. From what we do to him.
Can you stop it?
I don't know.
So this will be the main character, Meteor, talking about her brother Hugo, and she says it comes from what we do to him. So I wonder if something's happening to Hugo in this game. In the first game, a lot of bad stuff happens to him, but at the end it seems like they're kind of together. So maybe something's changed there.
But he's my brother, and I would die for him.
And this is really cool. This is really exciting. So one of the things I really liked in the first game was the swarm of rats. So the rats are kind of like these, not necessarily the villains, the antagonists, but they're kind of an obstacle. And the swarm mechanics and just the way it worked was beautiful to watch in a sort of horrifying way. And it looks like they've really amped it up to make even bigger swarms this time. If this is captured in game engine, that's really, really exciting. Stealth takedowns there. Looks like he's trapped, so yeah, not good things. More knights. Feed to the rats. Some of the looks. That's interesting. It looks like we've got some actual warfare going on in the game. There's Hugo. Quiet moment on the coast. And one of the things I really liked about the first game was actually the plot pacing. So there were times when it was very busy and there was a lot going on, and it was very much was sort of stealth section to stealth section. Then there were some pace up spikes where you were doing sort of running or escaping. But there were the beautiful quiet moments when you were actually in a safe place, and maybe the things you were doing weren't necessarily about surviving, but about making your characters kind of comfortable in a location, or talking to people and getting to know about them and getting to know about the world and the lore of the plot a bit more. And I hope that this is an indication that we're going to have more of those quiet moments as well, and they're not just going to go, let's amp up the action. That'd be nice. I'd like that. I'd like to see more of those quiet moments. I think it was one of the things that made the game stand out for me when it first came out in 2019, the original. Yeah, coming out 2022, A Plague Tale Requiem. I hope that means that that's not the end of this series. I hope there's, I think there's definitely 3 games in this series at least. But I hope that's not the end of it. 2022, it's Plague Tale. Now this is really exciting for me, okay, because Xbox Series X and S, of course, PS5, of course, PC, of course, Nintendo Switch. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, how is the Switch going to deal with this? How's it going to handle it? Well, the Switch version is actually going to be, it just says down here if I can move my mouse away. It's I won't go away because I've paused it. It's the cloud version. So it's going to be using the streaming technology that Switch has already kind of used for Hitman, I think it was, and Control, which I was really impressed with, the Control streaming. And that's really exciting because it means that, and I think the first game needed to be in more people's hands because it's an absolutely incredible game, fantastic story and everything. But being on Switch, I think, really suits it as well because, especially if it's on streaming, you know, you can you don't need to make any compromises. So that's quite exciting, the idea that it can be in there and you haven't got to make compromises. It can be the full graphical power of it. Xbox, yeah. PS5, yeah. PC, all expected. No surprises there. Anything else? Now it's the end of the trailer. There were a couple of things actually that really caught my eye. So, one is this bit here. There it is. So, in the first game, you occasionally stumbled across the aftermath of some fighting, some war, some battles, but you never really were sort of there when there was a war, a battle, or a fight going on. And it looks like we've got quite a fight going on here. Now, I can't recognize either of these characters. I'm probably being crazy, but don't recognize either of these from the original game. I don't think, unless it's been a while since I've played it. But there were some knights in that who look similar to this. So I wonder if they're coming from the same sort of order as the antagonists in the first game. Was he carrying? I think he was carrying St. George's Cross shield, wasn't he? Did it come later? No, it must have come earlier. There it is. No, it's not a St. George's Cross shield. No, maybe. I just think it's an interesting image to put into the reveal trailer. It kind of implies maybe we're going to see more warfare in the story, maybe. Not sure. The rats, though, are absolutely stunning. I think these are just incredible. Like I said, the first game was great. The swarm physics were fantastic, but this just looks amazing. If this is genuine in game, this is ludicrous. Let's watch this again.
He's my brother.
When they kind of come around here and they bounce off everything.
And I would die for him.
And you can see the individual. What was really interesting and impressive in the first game is, you know, they were kind of individual rats. You know, you'd see individual rats flying off and then sort of going back into the swarm if they got knocked out of it. And you can sort of see in the in-game engine here the same things happening. They're sort of hitting the wall like a wave and bouncing off. And there's, well, I'm assuming that's Hugo. It looks like Hugo. It seems like he's Tractor, is it? It might be Hugo a bit if he's a bit older. Or is it? There was a character called Lucas in the first game, but I don't think that could be Lucas. That could be Lucas. If we go to the end. Yeah, I don't think that's the same person. That could be Lucas, who was kind of almost like the lore master. He kind of knew all about the background information that the main characters didn't have. So he was kind of the source for that. So I wonder if not the same. No, it's not. So that could be Lucas. That could be Lucas in the jail, which means that at the end of the game, the sort of the group that were there at the end have got split up. That's really interesting. I like that. That'd be interesting to see how they kind of get split up and how they get hopefully back together. Yeah. And there's the knights again, just watching the swarm. That is good looking. That is some really good graphics. Not the graphics are key, but you know, it's nice to see them. Lovely countryside, coast side. There we go. Plague Tale Requiem 2022. So there you go. That was the trailer for Plague Tale Requiem and my sort of rambling thoughts. I'd seen the trailer once before I started recording this video, just so I could get a sense of what was going on. And I think there's a lot of exciting things going on. But to me, the biggest thing out of that trailer is the sort of the rats and the swarm mechanic. I think have been hugely amped up, and I'm really excited to see how, with sort of PS5 power, with Xbox Series X power, obviously PC power as well, what they can do with that. Because some of the set pieces in the first game were absolutely ludicrous to watch. even more exciting to be a part of. So to be able to see how they amp that up, that'd be really exciting. And just kind of continue the relationship as well. I think the characters were fantastic, and the voice actors were incredible as well. So I'm excited to see where they take that story and the relationship, especially considering there's, you know, I don't want to sort of go into spoiler details here, but you know, there are things with those two main characters, Amisha and Hugo, that were kind of touched upon in the first game but not expanded upon. So you know, I'm really fascinated to see where that goes. So anyway, that's my ramblings. There it is. You know, I didn't want to script anything. I kind of just wanted to go with my initial reactions, and that's what they were. But there it is, A Plague Tale Requiem 2022. I'd highly recommend, if you haven't played the first one, A Plague Tale Instance, that you do go and play it. It really is genuinely worth your time. Yeah, I'm kind of just blown away by it. Really, it was one of the games that I wanted a sequel to, but I didn't necessarily think we were going to get one. I'm so glad we have. I'm really blown away to see that. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to get my hands on it. But there you go. Before we go, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is you have to do to keep up with GameOrNought. Of course, you can check us out at gameornought.wordpress.com, and we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all just search for GameOrNought. And if you do want to support GameOrNought and you want us to grow and be able to do more things like this and other things as well, of course, you can follow the link in our description, or the video description, and find our Patreon there. Until next time, this has been Alan for GameOrNought, looking at A Plague Tale Requiem, the trailer from E3 2021, and I'll see you next time. Bye.